Mike Everett here with the man of the night, headliner Rob Zombie. How you doing, Rob?
Good, yeah, loving the heat. Not really, no, I'm not.
You know, we got really lucky. Actually, it was supposed to be 103 today. We only got to 98, so if that's any consolation.
It kind of is, I guess, actually.
Yeah. So is this your first time to Western Colorado? Have you been here before?
Well, I've been in Colorado many times, but never here.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't even know you had deserty landscapes.
Yeah.
I just thought it was all John Denver type business. What do I know?
If you go an hour that way, it's desert. An hour that way, you got Rocky.
I had no idea.
So we got a little bit of something for everybody. Cool. Nice. So I understand this is kind of like the last night before you guys get a little bit of a break. Are you happy
Yeah, it's our
about
last
that?
show on this run, and then I fly home tomorrow, and I have like a week off, and then I start editing my last film that I shot, 31. And I'll work on that for about a month, and then I have to break it down again because then we go to Europe to we go to Europe for about a month, that'll really be the end of the touring for the year, and then I'll finish the film.
Nice. Now, 31, if I remember, is kind of more of like the horror genre, kind of what you're known for.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very violent horror movie. It's kind of like The Most Dangerous Game. It's basically that similar type movie where, like, 5 people being abducted and forced to like battle for their life in this weird game of death that they're caught up in. So yeah, it's really it's pretty out there.
Now, I find you to be a really articulate, intelligent kind of guy. Is the horror thing kind of a way to just kind of be an outlet for you? Is that kind of how you express a certain part of your personality?
No, I mean, I've always loved all types of movies, and people always have a misconception of me. I don't like just anything.
Right.
Like, my favorite movies were always like the Universal horror films from the 30s, which were the A-level pictures that those studios were built on, like with stuff with Lugosi or Karloff. That's my favorite stuff. And then I got really into sort of 70s exploitation type stuff because it was so out there, and I got to see it when I was a teenager, so how can you not love it? Yeah. But as far as like, tons of slasher movies and all that stuff, it was never really my thing. I mean, I just I like good films.
Right. The ones that pull you in and then scare you kind of a thing?
Just quality stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter what genre it is. I mean, I would love to make a Western. I grew up loving Westerns. I love, my big thing is I love 70s crime movies.
Yeah.
Anything, like movies like The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. That's any movie like anything directed by like Don Siegel or something. That's my type of stuff.
Nice.
But, whatever.
And then we were talking a little bit earlier, you were involved with this Groucho Marx project. How did you come to be involved with that?
Well, many years ago, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, I forget when the book came out, I just bought it and read it. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, what a great book, and put it away, and didn't think anything of it except that what an interesting story. Mm-hmm. I didn't think, I could turn this into a movie. And then about 2 years ago, Tyler Bates, who was the composer on 2 of my Halloween films, called me up and said, a friend of mine is friends with the guy who wrote that book, because I think I had just mentioned it in an interview. Mm-hmm. And he was like really excited that you read his book and he liked it, and I called him up and started talking with him. And I just, at that moment, I remember I was on the treadmill running. I was like, I gotta call this guy right now. I gotta get the rights to this book. Right. And he was just about to sign the rights to somebody else to make a movie, and I stopped him and got the rights. Mm-hmm. And for the last 2 years, we've been putting it together, and we have all the financing, we have the money, and right now, this guy Oren Moverman, who's writing the script, he just wrote the script for the new Brian Wilson movie, Love and Mercy. That was his latest film. He did that, and he has an Academy. He didn't win the Academy Award, but he had an Academy Award nomination for The Messenger. Mm-hmm. And he's a great writer, and he's adapting Steve's book. And I should have that around Labor Day, and then we'll go into production. I don't know. I got to finish this film first, but we will soon enough.
One miracle at a time.
Yeah, one nightmare at a time.
Now listen, in doing the research on you, I noticed you've got a hand in a lot of different places. In the time that you've been, a celebrity, who have you met so far that's really just wowed you? Like, of all the people you've been fortunate enough to meet and work with?
Well, whenever I meet anybody who I was always a big fan of as a kid, like, I've been friends with Alice Cooper for 20 years, but when I first got to meet Alice, I was really excited because he was someone I really loved as a little kid. But then 20 years later, I got to induct him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And that night, Elton John was inducting Leon Russell, 2 other people that I love, and Tom Waits that night. So I was like in heaven. Everyone I loved was surrounding me. And I was standing in the hallway just like, standing around doing nothing. And I saw Elton John, he's running towards me, waving. And I'm like, well, I know he's not waving at me. I don't know him. And he came running up to me, he gave me a big hug, and he started talking. I was like, this is so crazy, because I remember as a kid, I worshipped Elton John when I was in kindergarten.
That's surreal.
Because I was always super into music, even when I was little, and it was just so exciting. And then Bette Midler's like, hey, great pants, and you're in the bathroom, Dr. John has to go to the bathroom, so I'm holding the door for him. It's just a weird night. I had a lot more appreciation for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when I was there, and you realize that it's more fun and goofy in the room. On TV, sometimes it seems kind of stiff and pretentious.
Right.
But in the room, it's not. It's kind of like everybody's just cool. And, Bruce Springsteen was there, and nice. John Densmore. It was great. And Darlene Love. We went to the pre-party, and I'm always so punctual. that we showed up at the pre-party and literally nobody was there except for Darlene Love. So me and my wife were hanging out with Darlene Love and her husband for a while because, like, I guess they're punctual too. But that was great. She was, you know, 'cause she's a legend. So that was pretty amazing.
Nice, nice. Well, I got my VIP pass, so I know you're getting ready to go on stage here pretty soon.
Yep.
Like thousands of other people out there, I'm going to be ready to
Hundreds of thousands of people.
I'm looking forward to
stroke.
it. Yeah, I know. You know what? It's been so well organized. They've done such a good job of keeping everybody hydrated. So
Good.
far, no incidents.
Great,
No worries.
that's amazing.
So, yeah.
Well, you guys live here. You're used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me I'm worried about.
Nice. Well, listen, man, thanks for your time.
Good
Really
talking to you.
looking forward to
Right
your
on,
show.
man. Thanks.
Rob Zombie, he's coming on stage tonight as our headliner for 2015.